All right, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah. Double honors to the apostles that taught us this truth, and peace and mercy to the hopefully elect. Getting straight into it, concerning the spirit of prophecy. I'm gonna bring out Acts before we get started. Acts 2, verse 17. And it shall come to pass in the last days, saith Yahweh, I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, and your young men shall see visions, and your old men shall see dreams. All right, so I've been dealing with a lot of that lately. Of course, the real hopeful elect and the real actual prophets who have the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh shine upon them. We are engaged and engulfed in the spirit of prophecy and real understanding of the scriptures, but as well as our two-third counterparts. There, a lot of them are, in a lot of other nations. You got all these dudes, who have these quote unquote news platforms, Dabu 77, RT News, and guys like this. Pretty much a lot of people, I'm not gonna say the majority of people, but a lot of people are engaged in the spirit of prophecy. But it's just, some of us, of course, were predestined to receive the actual truth, and other people are just here to, basically in a nutshell, fulfill this number, for this destruction. But this is Crazy Bone, man. I guess he has a show now, and I've checked a couple of shows out, but he most of the stuff he's talking about, man, is prophecy. Things that are going on in the world, and as it relates to his understanding of the Bible. So let's get into it.
You also have to realize that it's another reason that we see all these things that's
Now they was talking about the coronavirus earlier when it first got started. So
taking place in our day and time. See, this is the part of the show to where we really compare of what's going on in this world and why it's happening. And that reason is prophecy. Word. Remember, I told y'all everything we talk about is going on in this world, everything like that you see on the news, everything, it all comes back around to Bible prophecy,
oh yeah.
and what's taking place is going to take place. All these things are part of Bible prophecy. And again, if you don't read the Bible, you would never notice these things. These
Right.
signs just pass you on by. You just think, oh man, the world getting bad.
That's right. Or a little bit deeper than that. I mean, because as it relates to my personal family, I've stated in some of my previous videos, my father, he is a basically a pastor now, and let him tell it, and let the female, she a female actually runs the church. She's a pastor. I guess my dad's like an assistant pastor or whatever. But it's a female in that church that I was delivered out of, that congregation, that harlot that harlot house. But let them tell it, man. And a lot of Jehovah Witnesses, man, let them tell it. Boy, they don't read the Bible from front to back, but they, in my opinion, and with my spiritual discernment, I'm just gonna keep it real, man, because I've prophesied to them, and I know that when I bring up like the end of the world, and because the reason why I say that is because they too have eyes and ears, man. Most of my family lives in Atlanta. A lot of my aunties, well, two of them really. I hear them all the time, man. Talking about everything that goes on there. Girl, did you hear about, like I say, the Uber driver got killed, or did you hear about the shooting? If y'all familiar with any news in Atlanta, the big Lenox Mall, another person then got killed out at Lenox Mall. I think it's the fourth shooting or fourth killing just out at Lenox Mall in the last 4 months. You know what I'm saying? So, like I say, they've witnessed their nephew, myself, go to a war. Their brother, my dad, go to a war. Okay, their brother, my uncle, go to a war. That being my uncle was in Desert Storm, and me and my dad was in Iraq. And a lot of just so I'm just saying, all these wars and rumors of wars that Crazy's about to refer to. I mean, they see it, they talk about it, but they just got to be scared, bro. If they are godly, let them tell it. They believe in the Lord, and this and that, and they attend church every now and then or whatever. But when it comes to hey man, the world is coming to an end. They don't want to hear it, and I know why. It's because they're scared out of their minds, you know. And as it relates to the woman, of course, the Judite, the black woman, you know, we've said and we've got this revealed through us through the Spirit that you know they are comfortable here for the most part. This is their kingdom, you know, E and E, you know. Esau and Eve, you know, they go hand in hand. So, you know, when I brought this up to that so-called pastor, the female, you know, I saw that spirit on her, you know what I'm saying? That Jezebel spirit, and they tried to shut me up and shun me out, and just, you know, they don't want to hear about it, but they'll get up in there and clap all day to, you know, to their God, man. So, no, bro.
That's right. But it all has, you know, it all ties into something. You know what I'm saying? It's all
Yes.
happening for a reason. It's so much people. It's so much people can learn from the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? That I know for a fact a lot of people got no clue that's actually going on. So,
Really don't, man. You
but it's
know,
all facts that can be researched and proven. Sometimes you just got to dig a little deeper than the surface.
and stop being so distracted as they keep us distracted. You know, I know we don't harp on these kind of things. We're trying to tell y'all and share information with y'all as we sit here conversating with one another, as we having a toast with each other too. You know what I'm saying? So don't let no bottle deter you as if, oh, they sitting up getting geeked and tell. Nah, I'm sitting
Oh
up
no, I'm
talking with
not
my
geek.
friend. You know what I'm saying? I know that, but I'm sitting up talking with my friend and we sharing information that, you know what I'm saying, the Lord done blessed us with y'all. You know what I'm saying? So don't ain't no critiques
Ain't
about
nothing
this kind
wrong.
of situation. We
Ain't
giving
nothing
you the
wrong with having a
truth.
glass
You
of
know what I'm saying?
wine.
Word up. And that's the same way I feel. That's why I'm just putting out that public disclaimer. You know what I'm saying?
So, but like we were saying, a lot of world violence. You know, the tragedies, the pandemics, and you know everything we see in the news every single day. You know, these is all signs that God told us that we would see in the last
Oh
days.
yeah.
I read an article from JW.org website. It was titled "Pandemic: What the Future Holds."
Like I say, most people that have a form of godliness that was raised in the quote unquote church, you know, they believe in a higher power somewhat, you know, but when it comes to, you know, change and, you know, a disrupt in their daily lives or whatever, man, they don't want to hear nothing about the last days of the world coming to an end. Cause like I say, for the most part, they comfortable, man. People scared of that change.
And it was published back in December 5th in 2005.
Okay.
And it says, hold on, let me pull it up real quick. It says, now this is showing how it's related to these pests, these pandemics and all this stuff. It says the disciples of Jesus Christ asked him for signs of the conclusion of the system of these things, meaning the end of this world.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus answered them by saying, nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there will be great earthquakes, and in one place after another, pestilences.
Yeah.
The Bible also foretold that during the time of the end, there will be deadly plague.
Mm-hmm.
So if you think about like you know, like these things we just read, like all that's jumping off right now.
Yeah.
It's all jumping off right now. You look
Wars and rumors of wars.
in the daily.
It's jumping off right now, but it also has been jumping off. You know, if a lot of people, I mean, just the two world wars that already has passed, the two woes, you know, and I mean, all the wars that the United States has fought, and you know, a lot of people forget, man. The other countries, man, they be warring with each other. They've been warring. China been warring, and you know, forever. When does it end?
Plague, you know, when you think about AIDS and you know, like these things that don't go away. You know, AIDS, cancer.
All that kind of stuff. And you know, a lot of those things is you know, a lot of those things is manufactured and man-made, but God already knew they would be. No matter if they're man-made or not, they're still here. You know what I'm saying? I'm not disclaiming and saying that the coronavirus is not a virus. It is a virus.
Kind, I agree with bro. I mean, calling Yahweh God, but you know, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, he say he knew that they would be man-made. Well, it is actually the Lord who is putting the spirit on these people to do it. So I believe, you know, a lot of these pestilences are man-made and manufactured. You know, the AIDS. I mean, this virus, and I mean, we can bring out a script. Let's go to Proverbs 16. Verse 4. The The Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua have made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. And of course, we know who he's talking about. The wicked, that would be Esau, Edom. And of course, everything that Esau, Edom has invented, man, the Lord, through his word, Yahushua has created all things for himself. Like I say, even the wicked people who invent, evil, wicked things, man. So,
These are something that they put in these bombs to go and these are weapons of mass destruction that they'll send to other countries, and they hope that. But see, they found a lot of them and said, you know what, we could use them on our own people. They're using weapons that they have used, think that they're going to put it to another country, and they put them on their own people because they want people in America, not just America, but the whole world. This United Nations and all that kind of situation. This agenda people. They want to decrease the population. That's just their main principle. They think that it's not enough stuff here for everybody. It's 8
Khan, I agree with that absolutely. I'm referring to, the spirit of prophecy, the Georgia Guidestones, where they're talking about, keeping, the population at a certain number. But I disagree with them. The rich, the elite, man, they got airplanes and aircrafts. They see all this land, all the land. Look, I live in Columbus, GA. From here to the A, you know what I'm saying? It's so much or so many wooded areas, just woods. All that land could be potentially used, for farming and agriculture. You know what I'm saying? So it's not that they believe that it's not enough stuff here. Is that they want to drop the population to control people because they know they can't control, this amount of people, because the people are gonna, rebel against, once they find out for real that, Esau Edom is wicked as hell, and really, the jig is up, if you will. People gonna lose their shit, especially over here in Babylon. With all the guns they have, people are going to lose their shit when them FEMA troops or whoever try to come in their houses and quarantine or this and that. People not gonna go for it here in the big bad Babylon, man. So
million people here, roughly, and they want damn near seven
Where?
million. I mean, not 8 million. My bad. 8 billion
Billion. Yeah,
people
yeah. I'm
on
about to
the
say, wait a
planet,
minute.
and they want 7 billion people damn near gone. You know what I'm saying? That's what they want to happen. That's their main agenda, bro. You know what I'm saying? So to do that, because they think that they want to. There's not enough resources, so they want people to be gone so they could do this. That's why this you're going to hear the bird flu, the whatever. It's going to be another flu next. Whatever
Oh yeah,
after the coronavirus, I guarantee you, it's going to be another one in the next
bro.
3 to 4.
Listen,
that's that spirit of prophecy, that going back to that Acts 2:17. The Lord pouring his spirit upon all flesh. He's telling, the truth. I'm not here to say this brother is utter hope for the elect, does he 2/3. Man, I just, I have a certain level of spiritual discernment, and I can tell that they ain't got it all. But at least, they are engaged in the spirit of prophecy. At least they are acknowledging the Bible, the Holy Scriptures, and instead of just having casual conversation, just saying, like you say, oh, the world's getting bad. No, it's the end of the world, bro. Acknowledge that at least.
5 years, bro.
that's what I'm saying. So read knowing this says the Spanish flu epidemic began toward the end of the Great War, 1914 to 1918, later called
Okay.
World War One. That period saw the fulfillment of Bible prophecies regarding the last days. These prophecies mention horrific food shortages, great earthquakes, increasing lawlessness, and a remarkable deterioration of human values. No doubt you are well aware of those very conditions in the world today.
Yeah.
It says the fulfillment of prophecies involving pestilence and deadly plague has brought about immeasurable fear, misery, and loss of life. And according to the journal Microbes and Infections, there is no reason to suppose that another pandemic would not occur at some future date. That this will happen seems inevitable,
It
just
is.
like you just said. So
And I didn't read that sheet. He said he reading.
yeah.
He got a whole nother situation. We didn't just. We'll talk about different things before
And
we'll
this
prep
was,
our show, but we didn't prep this.
and like I said, this article was published in 2005,
And so yeah,
15 years ago. So just imagine, them was the them was the like statistics and everything back then. So
Yeah.
it's you already know it's crazier now.
It's a straight setup, man. They want to, they putting out poison and they have the vaccine for it. You know, that's what they doing with these kind of epidemics, as they call them. They even got names for that. You know, what the hell is an epidemic? You know, when you put something out there and you got a cure for it, but you want to sell these little pills for $1,000 a piece. You know what I'm saying? I had a dude that went
Con, I'm gonna leave it at that, man. You can check it out if you want to. I'm gonna just leave you with this, though. Of course, going back to reverencing the Lord, man, and giving the Lord his just due. Classic script, Deuteronomy 32:39. See now that I, even I, am He, and there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound, that's to say, I give people the coronavirus, and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. So yeah, going back to, a lot of people don't even understand or don't know that, or them, a lot of quote unquote Christians, that they don't want to admit what the scriptures are plainly telling us. It is the Lord who's doing this. They'll say, this and that, or this and that, but it's the Lord. The spirit and power of Almighty Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai that is bringing upon all this destruction, and has been bringing upon all destruction, from the most wickedest person that you've seen to even the small babies. People always wonder why, or it's the Lord, man. He has a reason for doing all these things, and we know what it is, man. This is the last days. This is the end of time. This is the end of this wicked, weak kingdom, and I'm definitely hastening the day, and I know my brothers and sisters, are hastening the day. So with that, I'm gonna leave it at that. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, call hello Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, the water Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Once again, double honors to the apostles that taught us this truth, and peace, mercy, and love to the hopefully elect. Shalom.